What is up with the world? You're watching the Irish Junk Gaming channel. Everyone's having a wonderful day today. If you are, make sure you hit that like button and hit the subscribe for any newcomers out there new to my channel for new content. Let's try to get at least 50 views on this video. Alright, so Battlefield 5 multiplayer. I needed a war game. I really needed a war game. I was totally going to buy World War III. It's my last previous video I did on Thanksgiving. I was really looking forward to that game, but I don't know, maybe it's my computer's graphics, maybe my graphics is out of date or whatever, but the game itself looked like crap, and it wasn't, something I wanted to show you guys out there that this game was top-notch when the graphics look like crap. That's not how I am. So, I'm going to be playing some Battlefield 5 online. I'm going to be doing my multi-series that I did on Battlefield 4. So that is going to be a thing. I'm trying to get these videos going. I got really good internet now, so this video will be on YouTube in like 5 minutes after I get done uploading this video. Do some editing and whatever, but today we're going to be talking about the options and this game sets and the controls and audio, video, gameplay, all that good stuff about Battlefield that I am used to doing. From a Battlefield 4 game that I did this before. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this really quick because there is a lot to cover, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. You could copy this, pause it, and go from there, but this is my preference. When I looked at this and I did a little bit of copying from Battlefield 4 and I brought this over to Battlefield 5, and I want to see exactly how good I can do with this for Battlefield 4 settings. So yes, these are Battlefield 4 settings. These are not Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5 settings or anybody else's settings. These are Battlefield 4, my preference that I used. Some of these settings that I have from Battlefield 4 are being brought over, and I want to see how they do and interact with the other people. So, invert vertical look, I'm going to keep that off because I don't do that. Soldier aim sensitivity, make sure that you have these from settings of 50 to 50, so 30 to 50 range. You can always drop it down by 10. Make sure that you're always dropping it down by 10, so that you guys have a preference with that. These are for new people, new players. I'm going to put it at 30 because, like I said, 30 to 50 range. Okay, soldier zoom aim sensitivity. These are your preference as well. For new people, I would recommend that you turn this up to 100. But if you're a Call of Duty fan, I would drop that down by 50. So put it at 50 if you're Call of Duty and you want Call of Duty settings. Make sure to put that at 50. Alright, so now we are at Soldier Sprint. These are your preference. I honestly like to be, put it on hold to sprint. Double tap forward to sprint. As also put that as your preference. Soldier weapon zoom and steady scope, put that on hold. Vehicle aim sensitivity, these as well is your preference, but make sure that you put it at 50 to 80 preference. And you can play with it, but always make sure that you're dropping it down by 10%. Don't mess with these too much because it will affect your aim and in your kill ratio. So always drop it down by 10 and then go from there. Okay, so vehicle weapon zoom, we are going to put that on hold. This is again is your preference. Same with inverted vertical flight, that is on your preference. Okay, control scheme, these are for new people, but you can always copy these and paste it, and like I said, with your preference. The soldier buttons, I am going to be putting this on alternate. Okay, soldier buttons, that is going to be on alternate as well. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so that'd be stick could be on default. vehicle driver button is going to be on, I'm going to put that on veteran. Okay. Vehicle driver sticks, that's going to be on default. Transport driver button, that's going to be on default. Pilot button, that is going to be on veteran. Okay. Pilot stick, this is going to be on legacy. Okay. Gunner button and gunner sticks, leave those on default. Okay, so now we're gonna jump over to advanced settings. This is pretty much the sensitivities of the game of your guy. Okay, stick aiming. I'm gonna put this down to 100. This is basically when your stick is aiming at full capacity, acceleration, you know, zoom and mods and all that. So put that at 100 or 0. This basically affects your aim and muscle memory. So yeah, put that at 100 or 0. Okay, uniform soldier, I'm gonna put this on. Coefficient, I don't know what this is. If you guys have any ideas what this is, make sure that you guys leave it down below in the comment section, and so I can actually figure this out, because I haven't figured it out yet. So I'm just gonna leave it on default at 133%. Vehicle aim controls, I'm gonna turn this off. Okay, so also double couple and aiming from turning from passengers and drivers. This I'm gonna turn on for both of these. Okay, so if you turned on uniform soldier aiming, which is up here, if you turn this on, leave these on. Leave these alone, okay? Leave the zoom sensitivities alone. Don't mess with them, okay? These are just for new people, new players to the game, the series. Just keep it like as it is. But if you're a veteran and you know what you're doing, then you can mess with it. I wouldn't mess with any of this. Like I said, soldier zoom aim. Let's see if did I miss any? I think that's all. Okay, no. Okay, so vehicle sensitivity. Okay, so these are as well your preference when it comes to your anti tanks, your miniguns, your turrets, tanks, plane control sensitivity. You know, do what you got to do with that. Okay, so vibration, turn this off, because this will affect your aim ratio and your you know, accuracy, because your controller is vibrating, so you don't want to mess with that. Okay, so controller stick left, make sure that you guys are leaving these alone. Don't mess with these. Put them on default as is. This is a dead zone. This is basically how much stick is needed to be pushed, to be activated. So a lower value means that a smaller push is needed. So make sure that you guys are leaving these alone. These are both from left stick and right stick. So if you're gonna mess with these, if you're gonna mess with dead zone center at 15, make sure that you're putting this one as well at 15. But for right now, I will leave that alone. Okay, so controller R2 and L2, these as well as your preference. But the L2 max input threshold, I'm going to put this at 5. Okay, I'm going to put it at 5 here. Drop it down to 5%. That's the lowest it can go. It can't go any lower. Okay, so R2 dead zone, put it at 0. And you're going to copy the same exact thing from R2 max input threshold as L2 max. So make sure that you're dropping that down to 5. Alright, so now we are on to the control, or I think that's it, right? There should be, that should be pretty much it for controls. So we're going to jump out of that, and then we're going to go into gameplay. So this is the nitty-gritty of Battlefield series. A lot of people would say sensitivity is your bread and butter, but I disagree. I think your gameplay, HUDs, and all this stuff is the bread and butter. Alright, so show HUD, make sure that is shown. These are your preference. HUD mode, motion, turn this on. Player created content, make sure that is shown. Okay, Chatlog is basically it shows the display requests and social communications on your minimap or the game log. Make sure that is shown as when active. Okay, magnifying chat, just turn that off. There's no reason for that to be even there. Inventory, make sure you leave that as is, as inactive when active. Okay, crosshair visibility, put that at 100. Okay. So, the crosshair color, make sure that you bring this to a color that's crisp and bright. You can either do like a lime green, you can do like an orange. Don't do like a dark orange, do more like a light yellowish orange color. Maybe like this would suffice, but I am going to be doing like a lime green color because lime green is more of my favorite color. Okay, kill log, make sure that is shown. Kill log filter, make sure that you have that as an all. Kill log weapon, make sure that is on icon. Score log weapon name, make sure that you have that as on. Rewards basically shows your rewards, your ribbons, your medals, your assignments. Make sure that you show that. Same with the vehicle seat information. You basically choose to show the weapon seat layout in the game. Make sure that you have that shown. Okay, critical message. Make sure that is then shown. Share usage. I've turned this off on my videos, but I found out that since Battlefield 5 is new and there's a lot of bugs in the game, make sure that you have this on so that you can basically record your gameplay and then send it to EA to basically figure out what it's going on, and then they can basically fix their freaking games. Whatever. Alright, so overlay. Make sure that you have this left alone. Don't touch it. Don't even think about touching it. Okay, just all I can say. Don't even touch it. But what this is basically it gives you your strength of your shadows of your elements around you, but you can turn it up if you want more contrast. Okay, so honestly, I would just if you know what you're doing, then you can turn it up. But I would say leave it. All right, hit indicator visibility, leave it at 100. All right, so now this is where it's going to get needing some fun. Okay, so you see my hit color is on blue. Okay, so I am going to actually change this to a lighter blue, maybe like that. Headshot color, I'm going to turn this to red. Alright, I know a lot of people thinking this is like kind of weird. But that's going to be a bright red. Q log. Okay, this basically tells me that I killed an enemy. I'm going to turn this, like I said, I'm going to turn this to a lime. Alright, look at that. Star Wars Battlefield 2 just got a new update. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to turn this up to... where's the lime green? Should be a lime green here somewhere. I think that looks kind of crappy. Okay, so that should be suffice. Alright. So, damage base shape, okay? So, this is basically you choose whether you're a hit indicator, change the shapes, and whatever. Leave this on. Okay? So, armor hit indicator. This basically shows you the crosshairs when firing on armor, like tanks and whatever. Change this to like a yellowish color. Alright? Like so. Alright, so minimap. Now, like I said, this is the nitty-gritty of the game. I don't care what anybody thinks. This is this is where it gets good. So your texture is where basically makes the map bigger and whatever. Honestly, I would pause the video and copy these settings. But these are, like I said, from Battlefield 4 settings. So 50, I'm going to put on the texture. Okay, rotate with view. I am going to turn that on. Okay, so flight zoom ratio. I am going to turn that on at 250. Okay, vehicle. I'm going to leave that on 75. On foot zoom, I'm going to turn this up by 100. So I'm going to turn it up to 150. Okay. Minimap size. I'm going to turn this up to 130. So I want a bigger map. Okay, I don't like the dinky ass maps that they decide to give you. I want minimap in my face saying, hey, there's an enemy to your left, to make sure that you kill him. Turn to your left. You know, I want to know who that freaking enemy is. I don't have to be guessing. Alright, so show stationary weapons. Show that on all. Okay, just all. Okay, default icon. The objective icons, make sure that you drop this down by 10. So on default it's at 100. Make sure you drop it down to a 90. Friendly soldier as well, drop that down to 90. Enemy soldier, drop that down to 90. Gadget icons, drop that down to 90. Okay. And the ADS icons, this is basically you're adjusting your objective icons when aiming down your sights. This is basically shows you the views of the enemies and whatever. You don't want the objective flags in your face, so leave it at 30. Friendly soldiers, you want that dropped down to 80 because we're not worried about friendly soldiers. Enemy soldiers. Okay, so we're going to leave that at 100. A lot of people drop this down to 90 or whatever. I'm going to leave it at 100 because, like I said, I want to see the enemy. I don't want to be guessing where they are. Gadget icons. I'm going to bring this up to 80. Okay, I'm going to drop it down or bring it up to 80 here. Like so. Alright, so that is done. Now we're going to go to the advanced. Soldier auto, leave that on. Soldier auto peak, turn that on. Okay, parachute auto deploy, we're going to turn this off because this is going to make me decide to pick when I want to use my parachute instead of the game. The contest base, I'm going to leave that on. Plane chase camera roll, I'm going to leave that as on. Because I'm not really good with planes, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Aim assist auto. Okay, so this is where it's going to get fun and interesting. If you're new to the game, these settings only. Turn this on if you're new to the game and you want to, basically increase your aim ratio. Turn this on if you're new. But if you're a veteran, turn that off. Okay, so it's choose rather zooming in your infantry weapons snaps to the nearby enemy. Alright, I'm going to turn it off because I pretty much know how Battlefield works. Aim assist slowdown, leave this on. Reload hint, show. Okay, hint systems enables weapons and vehicle weapons and all that while playing. I'm going to turn that as an off. Network preference graph, turn this on off, says hide. But if you're having issues with ping and whatever, make sure that you turn this on to show exactly what's going on with your internet and whatever. Aim lead indicator as well, make sure that you show that, like I mentioned before, this is your ping server. Turn that on. Okay, so that is done. Now we're going to go to audio. Okay, so we're going to turn this down. We're going to leave audio to 100. Music volume, that's the in-game. I don't want to be hearing this, so I'm going to be dropping this down to about 10%. Okay, I think 10 will be suffice. So, okay. This right here is your preference. This is the audio, sounds, and all this. Sound preset, I would turn this to 3D headphones. 3D headphones, basically, you can hear positions behind, below, and above you. Okay. Voice, make sure that you are changing this to your language. If you're Spanish, Japanese, Brazil, Portuguese, Mexican, French, or whatever, make sure that you have this set to your language. In-game announcer, make sure you turn that on. The VoIP, if you want to speak to your squad, you can turn this on. But for me, I'm going to turn that off because I don't really want to speak to my squad. But if I have a friend or whatever that's playing with me and I want to speak to them, I can turn that on. Okay, subtitles, turn this on. Text size basically makes the text size of the subtitle bigger, larger, or whatever. I'm going to leave that as on large. It is actually on normal, but I'm going to leave it on large. Okay. Now, video. Brightness. Okay, so we're going to leave this on 50. The FOV is basically field of view. I am going to turn this to 75. Alright. This basically makes the enemies much better to see. If you have this set to the highest max possible, you can see farther out, but the enemies are smaller. If you bring the field view closer and smaller, it makes the enemies bigger, in your face kind of deal. But you don't want it too small, so you want it at 74. I'm going to leave it at 74. Alright, vehicles, 3D FOV, I'm going to leave this at 95. This is as well with the vehicles. Okay. Same thing with the field of view. We'll put it to 94. The ADS FOV, I am going to set this to off as is. Motion blur. Don't even know why this is even a thing. They should actually just get rid of this altogether. Just get rid of it. The ADS effects, I'm going to turn this off. Custom color settings. This is where your squad color, team colors, enemy colors, neutral colors are set. Set it as what I have it right there. You can have it, different colors. The enemy, I don't know why people would have their enemy colors green, but this is like I said, if you're colorblind, this is your preference. All this, turn off. You don't need it. Okay, just turn it off completely. Alright, so with that being said, that is pretty much it when it comes to Battlefield 5 settings. So, I am going to be, like I said, I'm going to be making a lot of videos on this. I want to get these videos up and running for you guys. So if you guys are playing Battlefield 5 on PlayStation 4 and you want to add me, you know how to do it. But I hope you guys enjoy your weekend and whatever. But until then, I'll definitely see you guys on the next episode.